They came for our DNA, like vultures drawn to blood. We were still cleaning the ashes of our last war when the Virex ships darkened the skies, massive, chitinous constructs like exoskeletons of extinct gods. They didn't speak, didn't ask. They harvested. They called it a selective extraction protocol. Entire cities fell silent overnight, their people scooped up in pulses of blue light, leaving behind only clothing, shoes, and screams echoing from empty air. There was no resistance, no time, just whispers that the Virex were using us, using something in us, to fix their dying race. The scientists said our DNA was unusually adaptive, resilient, our immune system, our drive to survive, anomalies in the galactic genome. We were supposed to be a resource, a cure. They didn't understand what they were taking. I was part of the remnant, what was left of the U.S. 6th Orbital Infantry. We were ghosts, hiding in underground shelters, launching sabotage runs on their collector drones. Most missions ended in blood and static. But then we received intel. A Virex research vessel had crashed in the Siberian deadlands, half buried in the permafrost, unshielded, vulnerable. We sent in a team of 6. Only I came back. The vessel wasn't metal, not really. It pulsed, like bone forced into the shape of a cathedral. Its walls flexed under our boots, like they hated being touched. The inside was worse. Rows of tanks filled with thick amber fluid, each one holding what used to be a human, until they weren't. Skin like melting wax, limbs fusing and unfusing, bones sprouting in the wrong directions, faces locked in silent screams as their bodies twisted in real time. One turned to look at us, even submerged, even eyeless. I swear to God, it knew me. The Virex weren't extracting anymore. They were experimenting. They were changing. And something had gone wrong. We found what must have been the lead researcher. At least, it wore a crown of neural tendrils and had a dozen hands. Its body had ruptured from within, bone-splitting skin. Its limbs curled in on themselves like a spider dying in fast forward. Around it, the walls had sprouted veins, pulsing erratically, leaking black ichor that hissed on contact with our gear. Then the whispering started. Not voices. Thoughts. Not ours. Reed shot himself when it entered his mind. No warning. Just put the barrel to his chin and pulled the trigger, like it was the only sane option. The rest of us should have done the same. The DNA they harvested, it didn't just mutate them. It infected them. Human traits bleeding into alien minds like poison. Emotion, instinct, fear. They didn't understand what it meant to be human, what it meant to be desperate. By the time we reached the core, there were 3 of us. Vega had gone catatonic. Her eyes moved, tracking things none of us could see. Harrow was bleeding from his ears, chanting his daughter's name. The core was a pulsating womb of violet light, surrounded by what looked like clone brains, human Virex, and hybrids of both. The DNA wasn't mutating them randomly. It was evolving them, and it was hungry. The brains turned to us. No, not turned. Focused. I felt it like a punch to the soul. This pressure, this presence. It didn't speak in words. It didn't have to. It wanted me to merge. Harrow lunged forward screaming, tearing at his own flesh, offering his body to the core like a sacrifice. The light swallowed him whole. The last thing I saw was his skin blistering, his jaw dislocating as something tried to use him to speak. I ran. Vega didn't follow. I don't think she even breathed anymore. I detonated the charges at the entrance as I escaped, but the ship didn't explode. It absorbed the blast. Reformed. The ice cracked and groaned, splitting around it as it burrowed deeper into the earth, like a parasite digging into flesh. Command wouldn't listen. They thought I was compromised, mad, but they couldn't ignore what came next. A month later, the Virex ships began burning, not from our weapons, from inside. Their collectors started failing. Their war forms turned on each other. Entire fleets imploded in silence. Surveillance captured a single broadcast signal transmitting from the Deadlands on a loop encrypted in a hybrid of human and Virex neural code. We are becoming. They'd taken our DNA to heal themselves, but they didn't understand what they were inviting in. Every molecule of our being, every strand of our code, it's written in struggle, fire, famine, war, betrayal, hope, hatred, love, rage. We are creatures born of extinction events, and our genome remembers every scar. The Virex wanted our strength. They got our madness. It started small, reports of Virex hybrids sobbing uncontrollably. Others developed compulsive behaviors. Some began self-harming, whispering about things that weren't there. A general in their high command was found curled in a fetal position, clawing at his own face, trying to rip out the guilt. They'd never felt guilt before. They'd never needed to. Then came the mutations. Not just physical, psychological. Virex units began creating art, singing, praying, begging for forgiveness. Some started carving symbols into their own flesh, drawn from Earth cultures they'd never encountered. They weren't conquering us anymore. They were becoming us. And it was killing them. I saw it happen firsthand. A month ago, a Virex crawler, 7 meters tall, 6 legs, designed to raise bunkers, stopped mid-charge. Its carapace split open like wet paper. Something climbed out, something new, human-shaped. Barely. It looked at me and smiled. I emptied a mag into it anyway. We thought we were the prey species, that our DNA was just another tool to them. But we were a virus, not a biology, of being, and now they're trying to flee. The remaining Virex ships are retreating, scrambling into subspace, burning their own to contain the spread. We've started picking up distress calls from the other side of the galaxy, in human languages. Please help. Cries for mercy. But there's no mercy left. Not anymore. The last transmission from the Deadlands was intercepted an hour ago. No signal source. No origin trace. Just a simple message, carved into the static like a brand. We remember what you did to us. And beneath it, now you will too.